Miso paste, which is made from fermented soybeans, is a traditional Japanese ingredient that's been used for thousands of years, but it's only been readily available here in the US since the 60s. Now, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of types of miso, but today we're talking about white miso, which is one of the most common.
It is. It's really the most versatile in the kitchen. We do so much with it. You can start sampling. It's a flavor booster. Think of it in many ways the way you think about soy sauce or anchovies or any of these other power boosters. We use it in sauces and dressing for chicken, for salmon, potatoes, broccoli. In some ways, it's more interesting than any of the other flavor boosters. Like soy sauce, for instance, it has glutamates, but it has other things. So I want you to look for...
Zing! That one's salty.
There's a lot of salt. There's also tropical fruit notes. In some ways, the most diverse set of adjectives in any tasting. Brininess, brown butter, mango,
Ooh.
fermented socks. And they're all...
I think I just tasted the fermented socks.
And not only were those adjectives talking about the same product, but in some cases, they were talking about the same brand. Different people picking up in the same thing. There are hints of mango. No, it's salty. No, it's really, really kind of fermented and funky. So the fermentation comes from something called koji. Think of koji as almost like the blue in blue cheese. It is the thing that is causing the soybeans, and sometimes there's rice or other grains in there, to break down and create new flavors. So, despite being called white, none of them are actually what I would call white.
It's true, they're tan.
We didn't really see much of a correlation between flavor and color.
The texture is wildly different. I mean, this one is like applesauce consistency, and this one's almost like cookie dough consistency.
You're right, that looks like chocolate chip cookie dough minus the chocolate chips. We didn't really see a pattern in terms of the rankings. Same thing in terms of aging. The winner is fermented for 6 months, but the runner-up was 30 days.
Oh.
That's the big difference between white miso and other types of miso, is that it's not fermented for very long. And so some miso is 2 years that they're fermenting it, and obviously that gives you a lot of complexity. I will say, we like them all.
Yeah, I have to say, I do like them all, but they do taste different. This one, besides the consistency, is a bit sweeter than some of the others, a bit milder. This one just tastes like good old aged cheese, like a good Parmesan. This one, I think I liked its balance of flavor. It has a little sweetness on the finish. It's quite salty, but I imagine that'd be a good thing if you're cooking with it. I like this one a lot. It does have a fruity bit to it, too.
The one on the end, what'd you think of that one?
It's great. It has a nice cheesy flavor to it, and cheese in a good way.
So I'm going to make you pick something,
okay,
because we did have a winner. We
okay.
did have a favorite.
All right. I think this one is my favorite because it has a balance of flavor. It's fruity. I didn't quite get mango, but I could see how you could see sort of tropical fruit as a sweet component, and then it's quite salty. But I liked that balance of flavor. But really, I liked all of them for different things.
Okay, so you're hedging your bets.
Yeah,
you're putting chips on each one of these?
Well, you know what, actually, it's unusual to taste it straight because, of course, you don't eat it that way. So I'm also trying to picture it in soup and things, and I think the intensity of this one would serve cooking well.
Yeah, I will say tasters did it the way you're doing it, but then they had soup, and then we used it on glaze for salmon.
Oh, miso salmon.
Yeah, that would be a little better, wouldn't it?
All right, so I'm going to take the paper off what my favorite was.
And this is Marukame. It was number 3 in the rankings and was a really good choice.
Yeah, quite salty.
Yeah, I think it was second highest in sodium of all the ones that we tested.
All right, this was kind of my second favorite.
So this was the tasting panel's favorite. It's Hikari. Just felt really complex and balanced. Lots of interesting notes with nothing dominant.
And these two?
Those were in the sort of bottom half, but again, remember, we liked everything. The difference here is this one is thinned out.
Yeah,
you can see it's just in a little squeeze pouch. Also, you picked up that it's sweeter. It has some sweetness in it. It was the least favorite, but in a panel of all things we liked. And this one on the end is the Miso Master. This was actually the runner-up. But as the differences here, they taste very different, but the overall rankings were very close to each other.
So there you have it. All the misos are good, but the best one is Hikari Organic White Miso, which costs about $7.49. Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.